I'm Liz Luke. Welcome to Vintage Vehicle. We're here today in Concord, North Carolina at the Backing Up Classics Car Museum in the shadow of Lowe's Motor Speedway. Inside are some of the most incredible classic cars you'll ever see. We're also going to meet a gentleman who knows quite a bit about a lot of these cars. Let's go on in, let's take a look. We're here in the party room of the Backing Up Classics Car Museum, here with Jay Morrison, who is the general manager of the museum, works it with his father. What is this room again, the party room?
Yeah, we rent this room out for displays of like people and having parties and get-togethers and stuff for anniversaries, weddings, receptions, just a little bit of anything anybody wants to use it for.
And I'm thinking in the heart of racing country, this is probably a pretty popular place to be for something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody likes it because it's right next to the Lowe's Motor Speedway and everything. It really works good.
What's your interest in all of this? I mean, were you born into all of this? Has it kind of rubbed off on you? Because you're a pretty young guy.
Yeah, my grandfather always bought and sold cars when my dad was younger. Probably had, at one time, probably 15 40 Fords sitting in the yard.
Really?
And stuff. And
how'd your mom feel about that?
Yeah. Well, my mom and my grandmother, they were real understanding. They just knew us in the blood and stuff. And my dad started doing it when he come back from Vietnam. He started with our dealership and everything, and I've grown up in it. It's all I've ever done.
About 30 years in the business then?
Since 1970.
Wow, that's terrific. Now, how do you hope to expand? I mean, like you say, you're in the shadow of the Lowe's Motor Speedway. You can only get bigger with that.
Yeah, this building needs to be about twice its size because we could fill it up with cars and memorabilia and stuff that my dad has and everything. So we either need to add another museum local or expand this one.
And you keep adding things every year, don't you?
Yeah, we change it out a pretty good bit. A lot of the cars are for sale, some's not, so that way we can change the museum out and make different cars in here. But we keep switching them out. Try to keep something new. About twice a year we'll go through and switch about 10 or 15 cars out regularly, and then over the year we'll switch out a few here and there.
Where do you put them? You must have a warehouse that's unbelievable somewhere.
Yeah, we have another dealership here in town that we do a lot of the late model cars and olders too, and we'll just take late model cars and older cars from there to special and bring them over here and vice versa, switch them back and forth.
And your gift shop's pretty amazing too.
Yeah, my sister does a good job with that. She keeps a lot of different memorabilia for racing and a little automotive, plus a little vintage stuff in there. There's a little bit of the vintage stuff in there from all the past drivers and crew chiefs and everything. You
have lots of cars out here. Can we go take a look?
Yeah, we sure can.
Jay, what can you tell us about the car we're standing in front of right now?
This is a 1965 Corvette Coupe, 396 425 horse. They only made a couple thousand of these in '65. It's a real limited production number with the big block and everything. It's got factory leather seats, telescopic steering. Probably one of the last cars we restored. We used to restore some cars years ago, and just with our dealership took a lot of our time, so we quit. But this is probably one of the last ones we restored. My father's had it since probably the mid-'80s.
Really? How fast has he gotten it? You know he's taken it out.
We probably hadn't put 50 miles on it since the mid-'80s. We enjoy them, looking at them more than we do driving them. We're opposite a lot of people. We stay so busy with work, we don't take a lot of time to drive them and enjoy them like we should.
Corvettes have an amazing following. What's special about this one? Because it's such a limited number?
Yeah, because of the 396 425 in it, that's only 2,000 of them produced. Actually had more horsepower than it did cubic inches. So it was a pretty special car in 1965.
And how did your dad get a hold of this one?
Gentlemen up towards Troy, North Carolina, they had it and had it for years, and we ended up bought it in a 57 Pontiac from them also.
Must have been in pretty good shape for you.
Yeah, it was a real good car. They had painted the wrong color and done a couple little things to it, and we put it all back like it was supposed to be and stuff.
Must be a labor of love to restore these cars.
Yeah, my wife asked me, how do you work on cars and sell cars all day long and still like to do it at night myself? And like I tell her, there's just no telephones or questions to be asked. It's just me and the car.
Amazing that you can do something that you love so much.
Yeah, it's real good that I get to do it at work and just enjoy it. The older cars are the hobby for us. The new cars is more of our business.
If you were to sell something like this, about how much would it go for?
These big block cars have really got high in the last few years. I wouldn't be surprised, $80,000, $90,000 and stuff on them as high as they've got, probably more than that. I wouldn't price it and not want to sell it for that much money.
And what can you tell us about this car?
This is a 1963 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. It's only got 13,000 original miles on it. Pretty much all original other than the battery, the gas and oil that was in it. It's been showed in several national shows. It's won like a platinum certificate in one of them. Just an unrestored car. It's all original.
Where did your father find this gem?
A gentleman that has a big collection, he had it in his collection and was selling off some of them to change them out. And we purchased it from him probably about 8 or 9 months ago. We haven't had it too long.
It's got to be really exciting when you come across something that's in this great shape, that's that classic of a vehicle, and all of a sudden it's yours.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, it makes the worth getting up in the morning. You really enjoy when you find something like this, to have it, own it, and appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about the difference cars have changed out from 1965 when this car was made to 2007 today. Well, it seems like it's missing something. They're just not as, I don't know, classic, something that makes you want to buy a car.
Yeah, these cars have a lot more style and character. A lot of people remember them when they were new and local drive-ins and everything, just hitting those in shows and stuff with them. This car, you can build a lot of late model cars out of this one car with all the metal in it and everything.
Is this a real big, hot car at those cruise-ins?
Yeah, a lot of people like the Impalas and stuff because that's what they had years ago when they were driving. Their mom might have had one because it's got the big back seat and everything in it, and that's why they want them now, because of memories.
For any NASCAR fan, being this close to Terry Labonte's car is really amazing. Tell us about this.
Yeah, this is the '88 Monte Carlo that Terry Labonte won the '88 Winston race here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte. They say it was one of the last Chevrolets, if not the last one, Junior Johnson built as a Chevrolet. It's been run at some of the big super speedways too, like Talladega. It's straight off the track. I mean, it's got the rock chips and the stone marks and the tire marks and everything just like it left a track. Never been repainted. We have a lot of the memorabilia and pictures and signatures where Junior Johnson sold the car to the gentleman we purchased it from. It's always been a museum piece. The guy we got it from purchased it and put it in a museum up in the mountains, and my dad purchased it about 5 years ago and put it in our museum. We have it out now because we had loaned it to the Speedway for a event they were having and just hadn't put it back in there.
Well, this is definitely the prime example of what you have here at the Backing Up Classic Cars Museum. I mean, this is amazing stuff.
Yeah, we was pretty fortunate to find this car in the condition and with all the paperwork we have with it to show what racing way it was made in '88 with the way they built the cars then. A lot different than now.
That's terrific. You have an incredible museum here. Tell people watching how they can get more information. Maybe they want to come out to Concord, North Carolina and check you out.
Yeah, we're just located 1 mile north of the Lowe's Motor Speedway. We have a website which is backingupclassics.com. You can go to and get more information, or you can call our local number, which is 704-788-9500.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Backing Up Classics Car Museum in Concord, North Carolina, right in the shadow of Lowe's Motor Speedway. For Vintage Vehicle, I'm Liz Lee.